Hello students, today we'll study about the third system of human body, that is the endocrine system, and what is adolescence. So today's topic is about the endocrine system and adolescence. Now, before studying what is endocrine glands, let's understand what are the types of glands. Now, what are glands first of all? Glands are in our body, situated in our body, which secrete enzymes and hormones to different organs in our body. Okay, these secretions of enzymes and hormones happen in two ways. So there are two types of glands. One are duct glands. One is duct glands and other are ductless glands. Two types of gland, duct gland and ductless gland. Now what does this duct means? Duct means basically a tube. Okay, so for example, if here is the gland in your body, okay, there is a tube, there is a pathway from where the secretion which is there in the gland, the secretion which is there in the gland can go from this duct to the organ. This is the duct, the pipeline, you can say, the channel through which the secretions which is happening in this gland, the enzymes, can go from here to the target organ from this duct. Okay, ductless glands means what? That these glands, they do not have ducts. What these glands do, they send the hormones, the enzymes, directly in the blood vessel. You understand what are blood vessels? Blood vessels are arteries and veins which carries blood to and fro the heart. Okay, they take blood from the heart, they give it to the body, they take blood from the body and they give it to the heart. Okay, oxygenated and deoxygenated. So these glands, ductless glands, what they do, they do not have duct. Okay, so how will they make the secretions which they are making? How will these secretions reach the different organs? They will reach through these blood vessels. So these are blood vessels. So these glands will put the secretion in the blood vessel, and this blood vessel will reach different organs and give the secretion there. Okay, so duct glands, what they do, they send the enzymes through the duct to the organ directly. But these ductless glands, the secretion which is there inside them, the enzymes in the form of hormones, they go to the target organ via these blood vessels. Okay, these blood vessels are nothing but arteries and veins. Now the example of duct glands are salivary glands, which are there in our mouth. Or another example are the glands which are present in the pancreas. Okay, these are the example of duct glands. Now, all the glands which produce hormones producing glands, all the glands which produce hormone, the hormone producing glands, are ductless glands. Okay, so these hormone producing glands, all the hormone producing glands are ductless glands. Okay, now what are hormones? What are their function? I'll explain you. Hormone, basically, what is a hormone? An hormone is a chemical substance. It is a hormone is a chemical substance, okay, which is secreted by the endocrine gland. It is secreted by the endocrine gland, which is directly poured into the bloodstream, and which acts on the target organ. Okay, it can act in different ways. What these hormones will do, what this chemical substance will do, we will understand that one by one. Okay, so in this chapter we will discuss important endocrine glands. There are different endocrine glands, but we will discuss four of them, four of the important endocrine glands. The first endocrine gland which we will study is thyroid gland. The first endocrine gland is thyroid gland. Okay, how does it look like, the thyroid gland? I'll show you. This is how the thyroid gland look like. Where is it located? It is located near your windpipe, in your neck, on the sides of your windpipe. See this. This is your esophagus. You understand, from where your food goes. This is the esophagus. Around that, on the both sides, you have the thyroid gland. Okay, this is your pharynx. Pharynx is important because pharynx is from where your voice, your speech originates, from pharynx. So this is your esophagus, and on the either sides of the esophagus you have the thyroid gland. Okay, here also you can see the front view of the thyroid gland. See, this is how the thyroid gland is located. This is your esophagus. Okay, trachea means on the neck you can see some lines like this. Those lines are because of the trachea. I'll show you one more picture. See in this picture where the thyroid gland is located. You can see exactly how this is your chin, this is your neck, and here above your chest the thyroid gland is located here. Okay, this is the windpipe and the food pipe, and this is here the thyroid glands. Okay, I hope you have understood the location of the thyroid gland very well. Now, once you have understood what the thyroid gland, where it is located, let's understand what does it do. Okay, so first of all you should know that it is a bilobed gland. It is bilobed. Bilobed means it is on the either side. If this is your windpipe, it is there on the left side also, it is there on the right side also. It is bilobed. It is on both the sides. Okay. Now the hormone which the thyroid gland secretes. See, all the endocrine glands are hormone producing glands. Okay. So the hormone which the thyroid gland secretes is thyroxine. The name of the hormone is thyroxine. Okay, this thyroxine hormone contains iodine, which is very important for your body. Okay, this thyroxine is very important, especially in infants, kids. For kids, for their growth, this thyroid gland is very important. Okay, now what if this thyroxine, this hormone which is secreted by the thyroid gland, if there is insufficient secretion of this hormone, what can it lead to? Okay, so the insufficient secretion means अगर आपके बॉडी में थायरॉक्सिन की क्वांटिटी कम है, कम सीक्रेट हो रही है, तो उससे क्या होगा? Insufficient secretion can lead to the first problem is simple goiter. If you have heard this is a disease which affects your thyroid gland. Okay, near your neck. So you get goiter. You will be affected with goiter. Okay, what happens is in goiter, this your thyroid glands, it enlarges, it grows. Okay, so your neck, जो आपका गला है वो सूज जाएगा. Okay, there will be swelling in your neck. There will be swelling in your neck. Okay, and this can happen because of the iodine deficiency. If in your food, if the quantity of iodine is less, okay, then you may suffer from simple goiter. See, this is the normal size of your thyroid gland, and if you have goiter due to iodine deficiency, your gland size may increase like this. Okay, you may suffer goiter, means see how it is enlarged. Your thyroid gland is enlarged. Swelling हो गई है आपके thyroid gland में. Okay, so it may look something like this. See the neck. It is swelling. There is swelling. So much of swelling in the neck. This is because of the simple goiter. Okay. Now the other problem because of insufficient secretion of thyroxine is creatinism. This creatinism occurs in infants. बच्चों में होता है ये creatinism, and what happens is they are retarded. The infants are retarded mentally or physically. They are retarded, means they are not able to think properly, they are not able to walk properly. They are retarded. And the third problem is Mixodema. This happens in adults. Mixodema. And what happens is there is a swelling. Again, here also there is swelling, but on the face and hands. Okay, and you will feel sluggish. You will feel heavy. You will feel lazy. You won't like to work. These are all the problems which you may face because of Mixodema. Okay, these were all because of the insufficient secretion of thyroxine. मतलब अगर कम secrete हुआ तो ये problems होगी. ठीक है. If there is over secretion of thyroxine, अगर over secretion हुआ thyroxine का, so उससे क्या होगा? Your heart rate may increase. Okay, your heart rate may increase. Your metabolism may increase. You may feel restlessness. Okay, etc. These are the problems because of the over secretion of the thyroxine. ज़्यादा होगा तो भी problem है, कम होगा तो भी problem है. Okay. Now next is adrenal glands. These whatever points I am writing here are the most important points from the chapter. You can note down these points and you can refer them for revision. Now, where are these adrenal glands? They are on the kidneys. They are located above the kidneys, on the kidneys, like the cover of kidneys. Okay, and they have two parts. These adrenal glands have two parts. There are two parts of adrenal glands. One is the medulla, which is the central part, and the cortex, which is the peripheral part. Okay. Now, what does medulla do? Medulla secretes adrenaline. This adrenaline is also called as emergency hormone. Emergency hormone. Okay. This hormone, this adrenaline, you may have heard about adrenaline rush or adrenaline, is released when suddenly you become very emotional, very stressed, very fearful, very angry. When the extreme reactions takes place suddenly, then this adrenaline is released in your body, which makes your body suddenly very active. Okay, this hormone is also called as fight or flight hormone. Fight or flight hormone means this hormone gives your body extra strength and energy. You get extra strength and energy in your body because of this. Okay, this extra strength and energy in your body. Okay, your blood pressure may increase, your muscles will become more active, your glucose will increase in the body. Okay, and it is like putting more fuel in the body, more fuel in the engine. Okay, this suddenly, for example, if you are sleeping very quietly and calmly, and suddenly you hear a noise that someone breaking into the door and entering your house. Okay, suddenly your body was full lazy, you are sleepy, but suddenly you get energy in your body. Okay, suddenly there is a spark of energy in your body by hearing that voice that someone has broke into your house. Okay, so that adrenaline hormone is poured into your body during this emergency, and suddenly you get extra strength and energy, alertness, and you can fight with that problem, that situation. Okay, so this was done by the medulla. This was the work of medulla. Now what does cortex do? Cortex also releases hormones. Okay, but the many hormones, but the most important hormone released by cortex is cortisol, the most important hormone. Okay, now what does this hormone do? It affects your carbohydrates, fats, proteins, the nutrients which is present in the body. It affects them. Okay, and also one more important function of this cortical hormone. Cortical hormone means the hormone which comes from the cortex. Okay, they regulate the salt and water balance in the body. Okay, if there is extreme heat or if there is extreme cold, in both situations your body temperature need to be maintained at a particular level. Okay, that maintenance by using water is done by the cortex, the cortical hormones, the hormones which come from the cortex. Okay, the hormone which come from the medulla is the adrenaline hormone, which comes only during the emergency. Okay, the first gland which we did was thyroid gland, the second one was adrenal gland. Okay, third one is the pancreas. Before starting pancreas, let's take a look at the adrenal glands. See where these are your kidneys. Okay, in the central part of your body, and if you zoom them you can see these are the two kidneys, and above the kidneys this part here, yellow part, you can see is the adrenal glands. They are the adrenal glands situated on the top of the kidneys. It's like a cap over it, cap on the kidneys. They look like a cap on the kidneys. Okay, now let's see what are pancreas. Now take a look at how where the pancreas are located. So you can see this is your stomach, this is your intestine. Okay, where your foods gets digested. This is your stomach, this part is your stomach. This is your liver, the red color. Now below this stomach, you can see a small yellow part here, this small yellow part. This is the pancreas. These are the pancreas. Okay, they are below the stomach. This is the stomach. These are the pancreas just below the stomach. Now what do the pancreas do? Let's see. They are mainly digestive gland. Digestive gland means they help in digestion. Okay, and these pancreas, they have cluster of cells like this, cluster of cells. Cluster means group of cells. Okay, they are called as islets of Langerhans. This S is silent here, so they are called as islets of Langerhans. These cells, and all these cells, what they do, they secrete hormone. These cells secrete hormone. And which are the two most important hormones secreted by these cells? The two most important hormones are insulin. You might have heard of insulin and glucagon. These are the two most important hormones secreted by these cluster of cells called as islets of Langerhans. And sometimes if you pronounce the word S also, it is called as islets of Langerhans. But islets of Langerhans is more correct. Okay. Islets of Langerhans. Pronounce it like this. S is silent here. Like the S is silent in the word island. Island is ISLAND. So the S is silent here. So here also S is silent. Islets of Langerhans. And the two most important hormones secreted are insulin and glucagon. Now why is insulin important? Because it lowers the glucose from the bloodstream. Okay, it lowers the glucose. जो glucose है body में, sugar, it controls it. Okay, it lowers the sugar. What it does, if there is extra glucose in the body, what it will do, it will convert that glucose into glycogen. Okay, it will convert that extra glucose into glycogen and store it in the liver. Okay, then sometimes it also induces the cells. Induces means excites, tells the cell, induces the cells to burn the extra glucose. Okay, to burn it, and in the form of heat. Okay, and it can also tell the cells to convert that extra glucose into fats. So see how this insulin controls the glucose by converting the extra glucose into glycogen, burning the extra glucose, and converting that glucose into fats. So these are the three things it can do with the glucose. Okay. Now if your insulin secretion in your body is less, okay, it is less, then you may suffer with a disease called as diabetes, or it is more correctly called as diabetes mellitus. Full name is diabetes mellitus. Okay, diabetes mellitus, what happens? Your sugar level increases, your glucose level increases because your insulin is not working properly. Okay, if your sugar level increases, you may feel thirsty. It may lead to thirst. You may have to urinate a lot of time. Urination may increase. Okay, you may lose weight. So there are many effects of diabetes. Okay, now this, why this diabetes happens? Because of less insulin. Okay, so इंसुलिन कम होना से डायबिटीज होता है. अगर ओवर सिक्रीशन हुआ इंसुलिन का, if there is a over secretion of insulin, then also it is not good. Okay, over secretion is also not good. This may also have some serious consequences. Okay, now what is this glucagon then? What is this glucagon? See, here the extra glucose is converted to glycogen and stored in the liver. Okay, now when this glucose is needed back, this glycogen, what it will do, it is there in the liver. This glycogen is there in the liver. Okay, it will turn that glucagon the spelling is glycogen. This is glycogen. So this glycogen, which is stored in the liver, will again get converted to glucose and it will be given to the body. समझ रहे? सी इंसुलिन ने ग्लूकोज को ग्लाइकोजन में कन्वर्ट करके लिवर में रखा. अब उस लिवर में जो रखा हुआ ग्लाइकोजन है उसको वापस कन्वर्ट करके ग्लूकोज में लाने का काम किसका है? ग्लूकागॉन. ओके, ग्लूकागॉन डज दैट लेवल. ओके, so glucagon can increase the sugar level in your body. Insulin will decrease the sugar level in your body. They both keep working and maintain the balance in your body. Okay. This was about the third important gland, that is the pancreas. Now the fourth one is pituitary gland. The fourth one is the pituitary gland. Now pituitary gland is a very small pea-sized gland. Okay, pea-sized, very small. Okay, where is it located? It is located below the brain. It is located below the brain. I'll show you the location. Okay, and this is a very important gland. It is also called as the master gland because it secretes a lot of hormones. Okay, it is also called as the master gland. Now where is this located? I'll show you. This is your brain and you can see this is from where your spinal cord will start from here. So this pituitary gland is located here. Okay, see another image. See this image. This is your brain and below your brain this yellow part here is your pituitary gland. Very important. This is also called as the master gland. Now, which are the important hormones secreted by the pituitary gland? The first one is the growth hormone. So in your adolescent years, that is from the age of 10, 15, so in those years your body need to grow and that growth is done by the growth hormone. Okay, if this growth hormone is not secreted properly, okay, if there is insufficient amount of growth hormone in your body, that insufficient hormone may lead to dwarfism. You understand? Dwarfism means your height will not increase, your body will not increase, it will remain small, you will be like a dwarf. Okay, and if there is an excess of this hormone, this may lead to gigantism. Means you will be abnormally large compared to normal human beings. Okay, you will have a very huge height as well as a very large body. Okay, this is what the growth hormone can do. Okay, so there should be a balance of growth hormone in your body. Okay, then thyroid stimulating hormone. See, we know that thyroxine is released by the thyroid gland. Okay, but when to release that thyroxine? Okay, that is done by the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland will release thyroid stimulating hormone. Okay, so it will say the thyroid glands that now you release thyroxine. Okay, so that instruction is given by the pituitary gland. That is why it is the master gland. Okay, then follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating hormone. It influences what? This follicle stimulating hormone. What does it does? In males, it leads to the production of sperms, and in females, it leads to the production of eggs. reproductive cells. Okay. Even during the childbirth, in the woman, in the childbirth, in the body of the woman, this pituitary gland releases a hormone which contracts and expands the muscles of the uterus for the baby to come out. Okay, and there is another hormone, that is prolactin. Prolactin hormone. This prolactin hormone is also very important. It is released after childbirth. So after childbirth, the in females, after childbirth in females, there is milk produced in the body. Okay, there is milk produced in the breasts. That milk is given to the infant. Okay, that milk, the milk production will only start after this hormone is released, and it will start after the childbirth. Okay, so this production of milk doesn't happen always. It happens only after the childbirth. Okay, when that milk is fed to the newborn. Okay, which helps in the growth of the baby. This was all about the different glands, 4 types of glands: thyroid gland, pancreas, pituitary gland, and adrenal glands. Okay, now let's study about adolescence. Okay, now see, when a child is born, his body starts growing right from the birth. Okay, but adolescence is achieved when, in the period of age between 10 to 19 years. Okay, in this period, what happens is, in boys, in the testes, they produce sperms, and in girls, eggs are produced in the ovaries. The ovaries produce eggs. Okay, then we can say that adolescence is achieved because at this age, the production of sperms and eggs takes place. Okay, that means it is also called as reproductive maturity is achieved. Reproductive maturity is achieved in the kids, the individual. Okay, see, adolescent is the age where you cannot say that the person is a child or it is an adult. That individual is between a child and an adult. He is an adolescent. Okay, now there are some physical changes which takes place in the body in this period of adolescence. Okay, what are these physical changes? So the height may increase. The height may increase in this age for girls and boys both. Okay, and it is always so that initially, when the height starts increasing, initially girls grow faster. Okay, and then later on, boys also, the height of the boys also starts increasing. Okay, so at the end of their teenage, both will reach at the maximum height. Okay, the height may vary from individual to individual. Okay, so there is change in the body shape also. Okay, the boys they have stronger bones, long and stronger bones as compared to girls. Okay, girls, they may have a curvaceous body, more of curves. Okay, they may have broader hips. Girls have broader hips. Okay, due to the enlarged hip bones, their hip bones is large because in future they need to carry a baby, so their hip bones are large. Okay, then voice, there is a change in voice, especially in boys. Okay, I told you that the voice box of your body, voice box is the larynx. Voice box is the larynx. So boys will develop a larger voice box, okay, and you can see that in their neck, their throat, you can see a curve. See, if for example this is the neck of a person, okay, you can see a small bulge on the neck, a small bulge on the neck. Okay, let's say this is the face. Drawing is not so good, just understand. Let's say this is the face. So this is the neck, and in the neck you can see the Adam's apple. This bulge is called as Adam's apple. That is the voice box. Okay, the voice box in girls is small, in boys it is high. Okay, girls voice is high pitch and boys voice is low pitch. Okay, see this neck here, picture of a neck, and you can see the bulge here. This is the Adam's apple. Okay, I'll show you one more picture. See, for this person, this boy, you can see the bulge here in the neck, a protruding part which is coming out, trying to come out. This is nothing but the Adam's apple. Okay, you can see this part here. This is the Adam's apple. Next is sweat and sebaceous gland. Sweat and sebaceous gland. Now, you know the sweating increases with your age, okay, and sebaceous glands means the oily glands which are, let's say for example, you have some individuals have pimples on their face, acne on their face. It may be because of the oily skin. That oil is secreted from the sebaceous glands. This also happens in adolescence, okay, because in adolescence these glands which are there in your face, the activity in these glands increases, because of which you may have pimples and acne. Okay, now this was about the changes which takes place. Now next is puberty. Now puberty is the age in which the reproductive system of the girls and boys are mature. Okay, in girls you may see the signs of puberty at the age of 12. Okay, at the age of 12, and the first sign of this puberty is the development of breasts. And in boys you can see the signs in the age of 13, and the first sign is the enlargement of testis. So these are the signs of puberty, okay, that your reproductive system in the body is mature. Okay, now this puberty is brought by the sex hormones. The puberty is brought by the sex hormones. Okay, now sex hormones are different for male and female. For male, the sex hormone is testosterone, and in female the sex hormone are estrogen. Okay, so these sex hormones also bring changes in the body. For example, in boys their voice starts breaking. They start these sex hormones can bring, they lead to hair on their face, hands, body. You can see they have more hair compared to female. Boys have more hair on their face, hands and bodies compared to female. That is also one of the reason is the sex hormones which is releasing. Okay, these sex hormones, as I said earlier, are stimulated by follicle stimulating hormone. If you remember the follicle stimulating hormone which we did in pituitary glands, they activate this. Okay, in girls, as I said, the development of breast. Okay, then there is fats in the thigh area. Okay, and the body gets curved. These are the changes that takes place in girls when they reach puberty. Now these are all the characteristics, the sexual characteristics. Okay, and this is the age when the girls and boys are also attracted towards the opposite sex. Okay, now this changes in the body, this changes in the body is absolutely normal, and it happens to all the adolescents. Okay, and you should be interactive with your parents or counselors about any problems which you face regarding this. Okay, there are also emotional changes sometimes which takes place during this transition. Now this adolescence is a very critical period. Okay, boys and girls, it may happen that they may feel shy or they may be hesitant about these changes which is taking place in their body. Okay, so they should not be worried, should communicate it with their parents. Okay, and there should be no depression, no stress, no emotional pressure or any anxiety because of this. You should be communicative with your elders because you have to reach adulthood. After adolescence, you reach adulthood. Okay, and in this age, the boys and girls are also like to spend more time with their friends, with their peers, with their families. Okay, but this is the age when bad habits may also take place. Bad habits may also enter your life. Okay, bad habits like smoking or drinking or drugs. So you have to be aware that in this age you have to keep yourself away from these bad habits which may affect your body severely. Okay, so after adolescence you reach adulthood. Now you are a perfect adult. Okay, now all what you learned during your adolescence is fixed in your mind. You have a vision for your future, you have stable relationships, you have career prospects, you like to take responsibilities in your life. That is all what happens in adulthood. Okay, like after the age of 20, 22, 23, you become responsible, you start working, you help other people, you keep stable relationships, you think about your career more. That happens in adulthood. Now we have completed what is adolescence. Now a very simple topic, the final topic to end the chapter is what is personal hygiene, importance of personal hygiene. Okay, so it is very self-explanatory. First of all, is the food. To maintain personal hygiene, first thing is food. You should always have a balanced diet. Okay, you should always have a balanced diet. Balanced diet means the diet should include proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals, everything. Okay, you should eat fruits, you should drink milk. Okay, and you should eat vegetables. So all this will keep you healthy. Okay, you should cook your food properly. You should not eat excessive of fast food. You should avoid fast foods. Okay, second thing is your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is very important. Okay, you should avoid long hours of work. Long hours of work for those who are working. Let's say if they are working 12 hours, 14 hours, that is not good for your health. Okay, you should avoid long hours of play. You should not play for 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, okay? Or watch television or watch computer or watch mobile phones for a long time. It may affect your neck, your eyes, your backbone, okay? And you should avoid consuming tobacco, smoking, alcohol. All these are not good, okay? Then cleanliness is very important to maintain personal hygiene. Cleanliness is very important, okay? You should wash your hands before food. You should clean your teeth after each meal and also before going to bed. You should take bath regularly, okay? You should use soap. You should wear clean clothes. You should maintain good health, okay? You should clean your hands after going to toilet. You should wash your feet every day, okay? You should comb your hairs. You should wash your eyes with cold water. These are all simple basic things which we learn, okay, which are very important to maintain the cleanliness of body and also the cleanliness of our life and the environment around us, okay. And the fourth and the most important is exercise. You should exercise regularly. All young boys and girls should walk, play, outdoor games, exercise. Some physical activity is very important. This will free you from stress, from any kind of depression, okay. Along with studies, you should maintain a balance. You should play as well as study, okay, because stress can be very harmful. Let's say, what is stress? First of all, let's understand what is stress. Stress is a state of mental or emotional strain. Mental or emotional strain, okay. You can say, in very simple words, you can say stress means tension. You are taking a lot of tension about something in your body, something in your mind, okay. Now, your bodies react differently when you are stressed. It releases different types of hormone and which can affect your mind, your thought process, okay. It can psychologically disturb you. So that is why stress is not very good. You should always try to manage your stress. Stress management is very important. Now, stress management means you should change your lifestyle, okay. You should be able to control your mind. There are a number of ways to manage the anxiety and to bring overall well-being. So what you can do to manage the stress, you can do yoga, okay, because yoga increases your muscle strength, increases your flexibility, it affects your respiration, your performance. Then you should exercise at least for half an hour a day, okay. And you should have proper sleep, that is around 7 hours of sleep regularly is important. Then you should read. Reading is important. Apart from studies, you should read about extra, like newspapers, books. It will give you some good knowledge, okay. You should always be optimistic. You should have positive thoughts in your mind, okay. Laughing is very good. Laughing is the best medicine. It improves your blood flow. It improves your mood, okay. Then you should deep breathe to keep your mind calm, okay. Meditation is also a very good way of remaining stress free, okay. Then time management is very important. This is the crucial part, time management, because you are burdened with studies, assignments, homeworks. So you should manage your time properly. You should take out time for studies as well as play as well as family. All are important, okay. And you should always develop good hobbies, okay. Good hobbies like reading, writing, music, playing some musical instrument, or doing some puzzles, or collecting something. Hobbies are very important, because if you have good hobbies, it will avoid stress in your life, okay. This is all about how you can manage your stress, okay. That's it for this chapter. Thank you.